Welcome to this evening of Transcendence, celebrating a historic book.
जब विज्ञान और अध्यात्म की दो क्षितिजों का मिलन होता है तब क्या अनुभूति होती है, उसको प्रत्यक्ष करने का यह सुअवसर है। एक विश्व प्रसिद्ध वैज्ञानिक की एक विश्वविख्यात संत के साथ बनी मुलाकातों का माधुर्य, एक राजनेता और एक संत के संवाद का सौंदर्य इस प्रकाशन में संगोपित है। आइए शुरू करें दीप प्राकट्य से।
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतंगमय। ओम।
भारत के महान वैज्ञानिक डॉक्टर कलाम जी, उन्होंने भारत के एक महान संत पूज्य प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज के विषय में, उनकी जो आध्यात्मिकता है, इस विषय में अपनी हृदय की जो उर्मी है, इस ग्रंथ में उन्होंने व्यक्त की है। 2005 में जब अक्षरधाम दिल्ली का उद्घाटन हुआ, तभी जो डॉक्टर कलाम जी उद्घाटन के लिए पधारे थे, जब अक्षरधाम परिसर में उन्होंने प्रवेश किया प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज के साथ, और जब उन्होंने अक्षरधाम तरफ एक दृष्टि की तो इतने प्रसन्न हो गए। उन्होंने सुना था कि प्रमुख स्वामी जी ने सिर्फ 5 साल में ये अक्षरधाम बनाया है, तो स्वामी जी को एकदम प्रेम से कहने लगे, स्वामी जी आपने कमाल कर दिया, अद्भुत अक्षरधाम आपने बनाया है। स्वामी जी ने कहा कि नहीं, ये भगवान का कर्तव्य है, भगवान ने बनाया है। तो कलाम जी बार बार कहने लगे कि नहीं, आपने बनाया। स्वामी जी बार बार कहने लगे, नहीं, ये भगवान ने बनाया है, भगवान का कर्तव्य है। ये सब बात हुई तो उस समय भी डॉक्टर कलाम जी को बहुत एक आध्यात्मिक स्पर्श प्रमुख स्वामी जी का हुआ। और ऐसे कई प्रसंगों से जो डॉक्टर कलाम जी को आध्यात्मिक अनुभूति प्रमुख स्वामी जी के साथ हुई, तो यह सब जो बात है इस ग्रंथ में बहुत हृदय की उर्मी के साथ, बहुत ऐसा दिव्य प्रेम और भक्ति के साथ, श्रद्धा के साथ, महिमा के साथ उन्होंने इस पुस्तक में सिर्फ प्रमुख स्वामी जी नहीं, लेकिन सारे विश्व के बड़े बड़े महापुरुष है, बड़े वैज्ञानिक है, बड़े चिंतक है, सबके बारे में, खास करके डॉक्टर कलाम जी जो सद्विचार है, मोरल वैल्यूज़ है, एथिकल वैल्यूज़ है, उसके बहुत प्रशंसक है और उसके बार बार वो चिंतन करते हैं। तो प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज के जीवन में से यह जो उन्होंने पाया, इसका अच्छा विवरण इस ग्रंथ में किया गया है।
This is a tale of two boys. One, a boatman's boy. The other, a farmer's boy. The boatman's boy was born in Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu, an island surrounded by water. His father built boats. The farmer's boy was born in Chansal in Gujarat, a village surrounded by fields. his father grew crops. Both were studious, quiet, shy, and very spiritual. They spoke little, but worked hard. The boatman's boy, though surrounded by water, was more possessed by the vastness of the skies. He loved to watch the birds fly, seagulls and cranes. The farmer's boy, though surrounded by fields, was more possessed by the calm of the mountains. He loved to visit temples and shrines and longed for the Himalayas. The boatman's boy always dreamed of flying. The farmer's boy always dreamed of praying. Soon the boatman's boy left his home to study and became the first engineer from his village to fly. The farmer's boy renounced his home and became the first sadhu from his village to serve. The engineer developed India's first hovercraft, SLVs, missiles, and then its atomic energy. What really changed his life were his two gurus, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. Brahma Prakash. They made him a leader of science. The sadhus served in huts and villages, unifying minds and hearts. But his greatest strength was the grace of his two gurus, Shastriji Maharaj and Yogiji Maharaj. They blessed him with the power of faith and love and made him a leader of spirituality. Though the boatman's boy could not become an Air Force pilot, he did become the supreme commander of all the forces, air, land, sea and space, and the 11th President of India, the largest democracy of the world. Though the farmer's boy could not complete his studies, he founded many schools, colleges, hospitals and temples and became the 5th spiritual successor of Bhagwan Swami the president of BAPS, an international socio-spiritual organization. One left his island to lead the land of India. The other left his family to make the whole world his family. But eventually, divine destiny brought them together. President Kalam was searching for something that was missing, and Pramukh Swami Maharaj gave him the one thing that was fulfilling. This is the tale of something missing and something fulfilling.
It was a hot summer evening on 30th June 2001 when I met Pramukh Swamiji for the first time, resplendent of saffron robes. The gentle, fair complexion. Pramukh Swamiji was radiating divinity. That was the first thought that occurred to me upon seeing you. My friend Y.S. Rajan was with me, Y.S. Rajan, beard man. We sat down and tried to adjust Swamiji's powerful, gracious presence, the brief conversation. So many people like me are asking, what should be the next vision for India? What will be the next vision for India? How do we transform a developed country into a developed country within the next 30 years? I had given 5 ideas, but you have 6th idea. After seeing my book, you gave a 6th idea. You said the 6th idea is spiritual life of India. We have India transformed into, apart from prosperity, wealth, we should to transform into a spiritual nation. I have added there. I I have drawn to Pramukh Swami simplicity. I felt if I had known him all my life, I was sitting in the presence of my father, my teacher in higher presence. Mahaprabhu Swamiji, for me it's a 15 years travel. 2000 I saw you. Now 2015. 15 years travel. Beautiful spiritual journey. Swamiji, I saw your great day when Akshardham was inaugurated in New Delhi. That is the great day. I said I must write a book.
In reality, it is true that Dr. Kalam has met Pramukh Swami 7 times and spoken to him several times seeking guidance or just for wishing. Or sometimes I have known he has just called to hear his voice. But I want to really tell you today that what seems like 14 years in time, in truth, it is timeless. For if I were to think of a friendship which is filled with so many contrasts and at the same time blessed with so many similarities, it would be this one friendship between Dr. Kalam, a scientist, and Pramukh Swami Maharaj, a great sadhu. I believe this book, Transcendence, has redefined the meaning of friendship. It teaches us that friendship is beyond language. Friendship is beyond education. Friendship is beyond position or possessions. Friendship is beyond community or culture. And ultimately, as a man of religion, I have to tell you, friendship is beyond religion. And that's what we learn from this book, Transcendence. It's a friendship that transcends every little norm that we have taught ourselves that friendship means. Now I can tell you, the President of India suddenly told me that, will Pramukh Swami make me into a sadhu? So even to say yes and no, I was struggling. And he said, no, you ask Pramukh Swami, I'm not asking you, so stop thinking. Swami said, tell him he's a sadhu. And our sadhus did not marry, so he's not married. Our ancient Vedic sadhus had long hair, he has long hair. And they were also scientists, so he is a sadhu. That's when, being Kalam what Kalam is, he said, will Pramukh Swami certify that I'm a sadhu? And that's when Pramukh Swami said that I will certify you that you're a sadhu. And that's when the President of India said, a certificate from Pramukh Swami is a certificate from God. Their friendship was just not communication. It just wasn't cosmic. It was purely spiritual. By writing this book, Transcendence, he has shared what is private to him to all the generations. It is a book about values. It is not just a book about Pramukh Swami, but it honors and pays tribute to everything that is righteous, everything that is valuable, and everyone who is spiritual and universal. So this evening, we thank Professor Tiwari and also Dr. Kalam, who has a place in the dreams of children because every child wants to be like Dr. Kalam, who has a place in the night skies. For every people think of Dr. Kalam as the finest rocket scientist of India. He has a place in the history of India as the 11th and most popular president of India. He has a place in the world of literature as perhaps one of the most widely read authors. He has a place in the arena of intellectuals as a profound thinker. He has a place in the future of our nation as a great visionary. But this evening, I want to tell you, he has a permanent place in the heart of Pramukh Swami as a special person of this world. The heart of Pramukh Swami is transcendental. It is beyond I and mine. Kalam often says that when one man came to Pramukh Swami and asked him that I want peace, the only thing Pramukh Swami said, First, cancel the I, cancel the want, and all that you have left is peace. If this evening we can go beyond our I, we can go beyond our wants and transcend our ego and desires, I believe we will be able to understand what their transcendental friendship is.
In this historic book, Transcendence, Dr. Kalam recounts his 14-year-old association with Pramukh Swamiji. Let us journey through some of his interactions, inspirations, and visions. I met Pramukh Swamiji, my ultimate teacher, unwittingly. Faith and my curiosity had drawn me to him. What began as a chance introduction became a divine destiny. 30th June 2001. In my first meeting with Pramukh Swamiji, when I presented the plans for India 2020, his first words were, "Along with your 5 areas to transform India, add a 6th one, faith in God." I felt that I was in the divine presence. I felt that I had acquired a 6th sense. 13th August 2002. Pramukh Swamiji confirmed my childhood learning that everything wants peace. But the only peace that will fully satisfy us will be the peace of the divine. His life is an example of how to love peace, have peace, and possess peace. 2004, 8th February. Pramukh Swamiji is a great bridge in the vast archipelago of humanity. An archipelago is an island group. Humanity has divided itself into hundreds of islands. Beautiful, yet disconnected. Swamiji is connecting these different islands by making bridges of love and compassion. 6th November 2005. After the opening ceremony, I said to Pramukh Swamiji, "When I see Akshardham in your work, I feel anything is possible in this world. I want to work with you for a better India." 11th March 2014. Pramukh Swamiji has indeed transformed me. He is the ultimate stage of the spiritual ascent in my life, which started with my father, was sustained by Dr. Brahma Prakash and Professor Satish Dhawan. Now, finally, Pramukh Swamiji has put me in a God-synchronous orbit. I wrote this book to record my experiences, my reflections, and transformation. I see in Pramukh Swamiji a true embodiment of transcendence.
20 तारीख को पिछले महीने की कलाम साहब उस किताब को लेकर प्रमुख स्वामी जी के पास गए और आपने खुद देखा तो किसी भी शिष्य के लिए अपने टीचर की कही हुई बात को पूरा करने से बड़ा आनंद और गौरव नहीं हो सकता। वो क्षण मुझे उस समय लगा जब कलाम साहब ने वो किताब प्रमुख स्वामी जी के हाथ में दी। ये किताब का विमोचन अहमदाबाद में हुआ, दिल्ली में हुआ। इस किताब की जो इस फंक्शन की जो वीडियो था वो कलाम साहब ने देखा तो तब कलाम साहब ने कल मुझे फ़ोन पर कहा कि अब तुम बम्बई जा रहे हो, तो ये बताओ कि इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें हुई किताब के बारे में, बड़ी अच्छी किताब है, सब लोग बड़ी तारीफ कर रहे हैं, क्या तुम मुझे एक वाक्य में बता सकते हो कि मेरे मित्र प्रमुख स्वामी जी को एक वाक्य में कैसे तुम परिभाषित करोगे। लेकिन जब प्रमुख स्वामी जी को मैंने देखा तो वो तो खुद ही ग्रंथ बन गए। He has become a scripture in his own self. So this is what is so special about Pramukh Swami ji. Dr. Kalam says, तुम्हारा उत्तर तो ठीक है, पर मैं तुम्हें खाली 50% मार्क्स दूंगा। तो सर अब क्या गलती हो गई, बाकी 50% कैसे मिले? तो उन्होंने कहा कि कल के बम्बई के फंक्शन में जाकर आप बताओ कि प्रमुख स्वामी जी जो उनके करोड़ों अनुयायी हैं, उनकी नाव की पतवार हैं। उनका नाम लेकर करोड़ों जो उनके अनुयायी हैं वो अपना जीवन सफल कर रहे हैं। ये प्रमुख स्वामी जी की विशेषता है।
मानो महानुभावों की एक ज्वलंत नक्षत्रमाला मंच पर जगमगाती आज हमें दिखाई रही है।
अथ ब्रह्म विद्यां व्याख्यास्यामः येनाक्षरं पुरुषं वेद सत्यं प्रोवाच तां तत्त्वतो ब्रह्म विद्या।
दिनांक 20 जून 2015 के दिन डॉक्टर कलाम ट्रांसेंडेंस पुस्तक को लेकर प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज के कर कमलों में अर्पण करने के लिए गुजरात के छोटे से गांव सारंगपुर पहुंचे थे। डॉक्टर कलाम प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज को भारत की वैदिक परंपरा के संवाहक मानते हैं और प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज भी डॉक्टर कलाम का एक ऋषि के रूप में वर्णन करते आ रहे हैं। तो इससे अधिक उचित क्या होगा कि वैदिक मंत्रोच्चार के मंगलनाद एवं दीपकों के प्रकाश पुंज के बीच ही ट्रांसेंडेंस का अभिवादन हो। लेट्स सेलिब्रेट द हिस्टोरिक बुक ट्रांसेंडेंस।
Temples are not temples for worship. They are symbols, the symbols of spreading a good behavior, achar sanhita. And that is what I kept on learning as and when I met Swamiji. When we took Swamiji's angiography and angioplasty, he said, local anesthesia is not necessary, because he would not perceive pain as a pain. And that was his sublimation. That was his capability. That was his inner strength, that nothing would disturb. He spoke very little. Every time I met him, he spoke very little to me. But he spoke without speaking. It affected me. He is a symbol of God. A lot has been said about Swamiji. And what am I going to add? Pramukh Swami is an inspiration of spread of spirituality, which is lacking in this time, and more so in the current phase of time.
That book, this book is an embodiment, is a realization of that great synthesis. What is that synthesis? Science and spirituality, if you want to understand in the contemporary times of tumultuous times, difficult times, I think this book shows that indeed such a life is possible by both scientists, religious people, the political leaders, social leaders, and everybody. That such a life is indeed possible.
I think one of the important things which India needs today is this self-belief which our youth must have. And I have a feeling this is what Pramukh Swami Maharaj has been able to do among the young people of this country. Or more correctly, to restore back to itself the greatness which was India's. India must retain its spiritual heritage. We need both science and spirituality. And Pramukh Swami Maharaj, by encouraging science on the one hand, and by spreading our spiritual heritage on the other, is doing exactly what India needs today. I consider him not just a great spiritual leader, but a great modern spiritual leader, because this is what we require for India today.
ये पुस्तक बड़े बड़े साधक के लिए भी बहुत उपयोगी है. It is full of higher values and nothing else. Dr. Kalam has not promoted any person, neither of anything of that sort. It's only talking about higher values, and those higher values also experienced one. Not imagined, not learned, not just heard, but he experienced these higher values in his own life, and then he saw all these things in Pramukh Swami, all these higher values. And that is why he wrote this book.
ट्रांसेंडेंस यानी परात्पर, एक ऐसी अनुभूति जैसे आपको मान लीजिए कि आप भगवान से मिले और जो अनुभूति होती है, वैसी एक अनुभूति के बारे में कलाम साहब ने लिखा है. और परम पूज्य प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज कि जिनको साक्षात्कार हुआ है, आप उनसे बात करेंगे तो ऐसा ही लगता है कि आप भगवान से बात कर रहे हैं. प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज, मैं भी उनका भक्त हूँ और मुझे भी उनके दर्शन करने के बाद एक कमाल की अनुभूति हुई है. एक सच में कहे तो मुझे भी ऐसी अनुभूति, एक अपार शांति की अनुभूति होती है. इससे पहले जब से मैं सत्संग में नहीं था, उसके पहले जब भी था तो बहुत अशांति होती थी जीवन में, बहुत सारे प्रश्न होते थे जीवन में. लेकिन जब से मैं सत्संग में आया हूँ, स्वामी जी से मुलाकात होती है या उनके प्रवचन सुनता हूँ, उनके ऊपर लिखी हुई किताबें पढ़ता हूँ, तो एक जो मेरे मन में जो एक प्रश्न होते थे उसका जवाब मुझे अपना आप मिल जाता था और एक कमाल की शांति मुझे मिली है. न जाने कितने लोग होंगे जिनके जो व्यसन थे वो प्रमुख स्वामी जी के दर्शन करने से या उनके आशीर्वाद से दूर हो गए हैं और उनके जीवन में भी बहुत शांति मिली है। तो मैं आशा करता हूँ कि ये ट्रांसेंडेंस जो किताब है वो आप भी पढ़ें और औरों को भी आप पढ़ाएं, ताकि जो अनुभव हमारे कलाम साहब को हुआ है, जो शांति उनको प्राप्त हुई, जो शांति मुझे प्राप्त हुई है, वैसे ही शांति और लोगों को भी मिले।
ये एक संगम है दो जो आम तौर पे जो देखते हैं कि विज्ञान और आध्यात्म में बड़ा ही विरोधाभास नज़र आता है, ऐसा लगता है कि दोनों डायमेट्रिकली ऑपोजिट हैं। लेकिन जब हम गहराई में जाते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है कि दोनों एक है, एक ही चीज़ के दो पहलू नहीं बल्कि बिल्कुल एक है। क्योंकि विज्ञान का काम है सत्य का शोध करना, सत्य की खोज करना, और आध्यात्म का भी काम यही है कि वो परम सत्य की खोज करता है। फ़र्क यही है। और इसका प्रतिनिधित्व अगर मैं कहूँ तो दोनों करते हैं परम पूज्य प्रमुख स्वामी जी महाराज आध्यात्म का और डॉक्टर कलाम विज्ञान का। और इन आध्यात्म और विज्ञान का बिल्कुल संगम है, एकीकृत यहाँ पे मैंने रूप देखा और ये बड़ा ही अद्भुत अनुभव रहा मेरे।
પરમ પૂજ્ય પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ વિશે કલામ સાહેબે જે પુસ્તક લખી છે એના વિમોચનના પ્રસંગે ત્યાં જઈ રહ્યો છું. ફિઝિકલી બાપા અને કલામ સાહેબ અહીંયા હતા નહીં, પણ ક્યાંક ને ક્યાંક એમનો અંશ યોગી સભાગૃહમાં સતત હતો. અને આઈ ફીલ કે એક આપણા દેશના એક્સ પ્રેસિડેન્ટે, આઈ થિંક પ્રેસિડેન્ટ ઓફ સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ વર્લ્ડ આપણે બાપાને કહી શકીએ, એમના વિશે આ પુસ્તક લખેલી છે. પરિપક્વતા, મેચ્યોરિટી, પીસ ઓફ માઇન્ડ, એકબીજાનો આદર કરવો અને સાથે મળીને હળીમળીને આ જીવનને જેટલું સરળતાથી જીવી શકીએ આપણે, એ બાપા પાસેથી જે શીખવાનું છે એ કદાચ મળ્યું છે. કારણ કે અમારી ફિલ્ડ એવી છે, મીડિયાની ફિલ્ડ, કે એમાં ઘણી બધી કોમ્પિટિશન, ઇનસિક્યોરિટીઝ, જેલેસીઝ, આ બધા વાઇસીસ બધા બહુ હોય છે. અને આ વાઇસીસને અમે એટલી બધી સરળતાથી આપણાથી દૂર રાખી શકીએ, એ સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ એનર્જી જે છે એ BAPS અને બાપા થકી મળેલી છે. અને આ એનર્જીને રોજ સાથે લઈને જીવીએ છે, એટલે હસતા રહીએ છે અને લોકોને હસાવી પણ શકીએ.
इंसान और भगवान का जैसे मिलन था, क्योंकि यही करने हम इस धरती पे बेसिकली आए हैं कि इंसान जो है वो यहाँ अपने अंदर अपनी खोज करने आया है कि वो कहाँ से निकल के आया है, वहीं उसको वापस जाना है. तो ये जो हुआ है, जो दो मित्रों का आपस में संगम इस चीज़ के द्वारा, क्योंकि बेसिकली मैं ये मानता हूँ कि साइंस भी जो है वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी के द्वारा ही आई. तो कलाम साहब वापस प्रमुख स्वामी जी के पास आए तो साइंस वापस अपने जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी थी उनके पास वापस आई. तो ज्ञान से जुड़ने के लिए ऐसी जगह पे आया जाता है. तो ये जो हम बाहर जा रहे हैं, माया में भटक रहे हैं, तो उसमें देख पा रहे हैं कि मैं गुरुचरण सिंह हूँ, मैं गुरुचरण सिंह हूँ, ये है. और जब वहाँ से निकल के अपने इनर वर्ल्ड में जाएंगे, जो बताया यहाँ पे, तो वो पीस का वर्ल्ड आएगा जहाँ पे सब एक है.
This occasion is very different. It's not the way I expected, and it is beyond the imagination of a normal person. It's because, as rightly said in this occasion, that there are two personalities, there are two, what I can say, there are two concepts. These two concepts getting merged to each other. And if I would have not come to this occasion, I would have never known that this book is not only written statements, but it is something like two concepts getting merged to each other.